A short story on asserting or standing up to authority.
You are listening to And If Love Remains, a unique show spotlighting people, ideas, science, culture, and art. Your host, Mike Lovett.
There I was, 1986, 87-ish. I was playing ball with my friends. Baseball, I believe it was. Yeah, little stick ball, little baseball. Nobody calls it. We had bases. That was kind of exciting. We had mitts. Yeah, we were playing the game that we like to play. And so happened that where I lived, my backyard kind of backed out into a golf course. And so, yes, our baseball field extended out into said golf course, the 10th green at Lake of the Pines golf course. We were playing, and a golf cart came up to us, had a big sign, said Marshall. The Marshall, we often played football, soccer, baseball, there, and we kept an eye out. So when the golfers came, we would run off, and we did not disturb them. We were very gracious in letting them use our field. But anyway, a marshal came and told us to leave. And we said, if you say so. And so we left until he left. And then we put our bases back up and continued our game. I think this happened 3 times. Ish. Then at some point we saw a different vehicle coming over on the golf course. And this was bigger. This looked like an actual full-sized car. It was kind of strange. And as it drew closer, we saw that this is, the guards were coming. Now, in my private little area that we lived in, we rarely had police. We did from time to time, but most of the time we had private security that would patrol. But we never saw an actual vehicle on the golf course. That was so he came and he drove, and not did he just drive up to the golf course, but he drove right into our backyard. So his car was in our backyard, and a man got out and he told us we need to stop playing ball. Oh yes, sir. Yeah, we're gonna stop playing, Mr. Security Man. And then he said, well, we're going to make sure of that. And he began taking our bases, our rubber bases, our mitts, our balls, and he stuck them in the trunk. Now, we were upset. I was mostly upset. I think I was, I wouldn't admit it at the time, but yeah, there was probably a tear or two there coming. I was not happy about this situation. And, he was gonna, and we asked him, why are you taking our stuff? He's like, I'm confiscating it. We're like, confiscating it? That's stealing. You're not, what do you mean confiscating? Well, you were trespassing. Well, just because we're trespassing, that doesn't mean that you can just take our stuff. So just to kind of paint you a picture, there's the guard car. The driver's side door is open. The trunk is open where he's putting in our gear. And my lovely, wonderful grandmother, Imo Huey. She is from Texas and is an amazing woman. Was an amazing woman. She passed away. So maybe this is a little bit of an ode to her. But she was staying with us at the time and opens the glass door in our house and asked me to come over. So I went over to her and she said, "Hey, Mike, what's going on?" And I kind of explained to her the situation that the guards had told us to get off, and she said, "Yeah, no, okay, well, that's fine. Yeah, you probably shouldn't be playing out there, but why is he taking your stuff?" And I said, and I'm sure my tears have hadn't dried yet on my dirty face, and I said, "Well, he said that we were trespassing, and so he was allowed to confiscate our gear." And so my grandmother, in her wisdom, looked at me and looked at the situation and looked at his car on our backyard and said, "Well, looks like he's trespassing on our backyard." And I said, "Well, I know what to do with that." So I walked over, and with the courage that my grandmother Imo had given me, I sat down in the driver's seat of that police car, that security vehicle, and shocked, the security man asked what I was doing. I said, "Well, you're on our property. That gives me the right to confiscate your car, right?" I think he laughed. I remember him as laughing. Either way, doesn't matter, because he took our gear out of his trunk, threw it on the ground, and we never saw that car on our backyard again.
You are listening to And If Love Remains.
The first of 23 installments requested by Dr. Levitt. We're trying to be in compliance here because we're taking him and that whole organization